our groups sit around a table, there's tea, there's biscuits, if we can possibly manage it. Everyone gets a copy, whatever we're reading, and the facilitator, who's done some training to kind of manage things, reads a bit, and then stops and enables people to have a conversation about, do you like these people? Why are they behaving like that? And people start saying, do you know, this is just like my school, or, oh my God, this reminds me of my Uncle John, or I've been like that in the past. And it's amazing how quickly people are connecting through the characters and situations in a short story or a novel to each other and to themselves in a really deep way. So she started in a library because she thought literature was really important. And what she found was that people said, this is the thing that gets me through my week. If I'd had this when I was in hospital, I wouldn't have been there so long. And she thought, well, we need to do something about that. And the first organisation that ever paid us to do this work was the Mental Health Trust up in Liverpool Merseycare. And they're still funding us 7 years later, I think, and we've got groups in inpatient mental health settings, including their forensic service, and Ashworth, which is like Broadmoor, only for the Northwest, in community mental health settings, and all across the Northwest now. And we've also, I manage our project in London. We've got a big project across South London, in Barnet, in Kensington, Chelsea, and Hammersmith, and Westminster, and as many places I can get and growing, as well as in the Southwest, and we're in lots of different places. So we started in 2003 with that one group that Jane set up. We were part of the University of Liverpool for quite a long time. We became our own independent organisation in 2008. So we've grown from really nothing to turning over £2 million last year, 90 staff, more than that now, over 120 volunteers. We reach 4,000 beneficiaries, which is either people who come to our shared reading groups or who we read with one-to-one each year. We're running over 380 shared reading groups in so many different places. And one of the important things that we do is we train other people. It's no good for us to hold this stuff. We want to be giving it out there into the world. So we train loads of people. They might be occupational therapists, they might be librarians, they might be prison guards, dementia care home activity coordinators, school teachers, anyone who has the kindness and the literary knowledge to do this well. And though, Philip, I agree with you that money is not what we should necessarily be focusing on, fortunately we've got some really good research partners who've done some research into social return on investment. So for every £1 that someone spends setting up a reading group, the impact on those people in that group that goes back into society is worth £6.47. That's very precise split. So they tell us that's what they found. Anna, we wrote A Streetcar Named Desire, and during A Streetcar Named Desire, a young Bengali woman who was a student said, I've understood more about this book, reading it with you guys, than I did studying it at school, and I was already feeling pretty good. And then she said, can we do something else hard next, please? And I was like, music to my ears. What do you think would be hard? Because you can't say, right, Hamlet. You've got to go where people are and help them feel confident on the journey. And she said, Frankenstein, Jude the Obscure? And I said, yes, we can read one of those. And the next thing we were reading was Frankenstein. And that is possibly the most amazing experience I've ever had. We're doing research, which is really helpful. We've got a research partner up at the University of Liverpool, and we've already got evidence that being in our groups reduces depression, it reduces lots of the symptoms of dementia, it reduces chronic pain. One of the interesting things about the chronic pain research was the more complicated the text, the better the outcome for the people in the group. That there's something that was really helpful. And we're working with the Department of Health, Ministry of Justice. I've noted the acronym thing there. But we're doing lots more research into how our work is affecting people. I just want to give you some quotes about what people have said to us. So here, if you can read it, they're special moments, especially if you haven't read for weeks. And then you read this here, and it touches you, and you realise how much you've been longing for it, really. I love poetry. Someone in my group, we're reading Side with Rosie at the moment, and she said, it's like a magic that happens here. It's almost better than being friends.